Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Friendship. So in today's video, we are going to start with chapter number 3 of Oshonte 4, which is Voulez-vous un coup de main? In this video, we'll complete all the topics of the chapter, including the reading comprehension, then the grammar portion, and then the exercise. The chapter is very short and we can complete this in one single video. If you haven't watched my previous videos, go check them out related to Oshonte 4 and understand those chapters as well if you haven't yet. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with all your friends to help them out in their syllabus and exams. So now let's get started with the video. Name of the chapter is Voulez-vous un coup de main? That means, do you need some help, or do you need a hand, or do you need a favor? Okay, so this is the title of the chapter. Now let's come to the next part. The very first page, we have a text mentioned to us. So we are gonna read this text, plus we are gonna understand what does it means to say, and also solve the questions that are given to us on the very next page. So it says, Stephanie prépare le déjeuner pour les invités et son fils Robert l'aide dans la cuisine. Means Stephanie. Stephanie is the mother, okay? So there are two main characters, Stephanie and Robert. Robert is the son. So Stephanie, she is preparing lunch for the guests. Invités are the guests. Déjeuner is the lunch. Et son fils, and her son Robert is helping her in the kitchen. So this is the background of the dialogues that we are going to read further. Mother, that is Maman, she says, Viens ici, Robert, means come here, Robert. So you can see that this sentence is our imperative sentence. Why so? Because we have already done this topic in our last chapter, that was chapter number 2, and we can see that venir verbs imperative has been formed over here in the case of two subject pronoun. There is a link between all the chapters. The way you increase your chapters, the level of grammatical concepts also increases, and they are somehow linked to each other. That is why I always mention in all my videos to watch the previous lesson series, because somewhere and somehow the previous lessons notes are gonna help you in the current chapter as well. Okay, now let's read the next dialogue, which is of Robert, that is the son. He says, Oui, maman, that means yes, mama. What you a coup de main? So you can see that this is the phrase that we have used initially in the text. It is mentioned in the chapter's name as well. So the next line is Comment est-ce que je peux t'aider? Means how can I help you? Then the mother, she replies, Madame Lavigne et son fils viennent cet après-midi. Means Madame Lavigne, that is Mrs. Lavigne, and her son, son fils and her son, viennent, that is are coming, cet après-midi, this afternoon. Robert says, Mais pourquoi ils viennent souvent chez nous? Means but why. Mais is but, pourquoi means why, ils viennent means they come, souvent, souvent means often, chez nous means at someone's place, that is at someone's house. Chez is a very important preposition. It means at someone's place. Now if I say that I am going to the doctor's place, so we are all aware that the doctor's place is the hospital. So in that case, we use the chez preposition, that is chez médecin, and we are referring that we are going to the hospital. So why do they often come to our home? Then the mother, she replies, Comme tu sais, means as you know, que nous travaillons ensemble, that we work together. J'organise un rendezvous means I am organizing an appointment. Robert says, D'accord, maman means okay, mama. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour toi means what can I do for you? Maman, that is the mother, she says, D'abord. D'abord is first of all or very first. Apporte-moi la tablette de chocolat noir means bring me black chocolate Tablets in the sense the squares of the chocolates that we have. Je veux faire les pâtisseries means I want to make pastries. Ensuite means then or afterwards. Donne-moi les œufs means give me the eggs. Let's come to the next page. Robert says et quelque chose d'autre means and anything else. Mother, she says, je décide de faire des spaghetti et un plat provençal means I decide of making some spaghettis and a provincial dish. Robert says c'est assez pour nous means it's enough for us. Mother, va et apporte vite les choses means go and bring the things fast. So this was my text. It was very short. Now let's see the questions. The very first question is répondre aux questions suivantes. That is, you have to reply or answer the given or following questions. So the very first question is qui vient ce soir? The main purpose of telling you the meanings of each and every line is just that you get questions about reading comprehension directly in your exams. And until and unless you aren't capable of decoding the vocabulary, you can't even write the answers to any of the question. So that's why the meanings of each and every word that you learn, they add into your mind's dictionary, and they are going to ultimately help you in tackling your exams. So don't forget whatever meanings I am telling you, write them in your book. So whenever you are revising those chapters for your exams, you are already having the key concepts in front of you. You don't have to scroll over the videos again and write down from the very initial stage. You already have the crux built within the book. So that's why the meanings are very, very important. Alright, so the question is qui vient ce soir? That means who is coming this evening. So as we know that Madame Lavigne and her son was coming in this afternoon. Actually, there is a printing mistake. Here it's mentioned après-midi and there it was mentioned ce soir. So you can either make changes over here or there, or might be like there is a mistake in my PDF itself. So you can just tell me in the comment below whether it's a mistake at my end or is it a mistake at the publisher's end itself. Alright, so here the answer is gonna be Madame Lavigne et son fils viennent cet après-midi. Cet après-midi ou ce soir. That would be according to the question itself. Coming to the next question, which is qu'est-ce que Robert fait pour aider sa mère? Means what does Robert do for helping his mother? So the answer to this part is gonna be that Robert, he was helping her mother in bringing the things. So the answer is gonna be Robert aide sa mère dans la cuisine en apportant les choses. Then the next part is quel plat Stephanie prépare-t-elle? Means which dish is Stephanie preparing? So in the same page we have this line mentioned that she was thinking or she decided to make spaghettis and provincial dish. So here the answer is gonna be Stephanie prépare. This is our first part of the sentence, and then we'll write des spaghetti. It will start from they and end till provençal. Alright, so this is my answer to the C part. Coming to the second part, which is remplissons les blancs avec un mot ou des mots du texte. So you have to take one word or you can take two or three words from the text to complete these sentences. So the very first part is, but make sure that you are taking that words or taking those words grammatically correct. Don't compromise with the grammar part. So the very first part is nous dash dans la même entreprise, means we dash in the same company. So obviously it somewhat like gives you the idea that here we can fill the work verb, which is we work in the same company. The answer is gonna be travaillons, and as you can see nous is already mentioned over here. That means this is the conjugation with nous subject pronoun itself. So the answer is gonna be travaillons. Nous travaillons dans la même entreprise. That is we work in the same company. Part is il dash commencer ses études supérieures means he dash begin or start his higher studies. Études supérieures are higher studies. So obviously here we are gonna fill he is going to begin or he is going to start. So we'll search for that verb in the text. Scrolling above, I got this conjugation of aller verb which is va that goes with the il and el subject pronoun. So the correct answer over here is gonna be va. Vous voulez dash autre means you want dash other. So obviously here we are gonna fill you want something else or something other. So this part on the very top we have quelque chose d'autre. So this is our complete form. So the answer to this part is gonna be quelque chose and d apostrophe. This is our answer. Part is nous dash au cinéma avec nos cousins means we dash to the cinema with our cousins. So obviously we are going to fill the aller verb over here, that means to go, and we need the conjugation with the nous subject pronoun. Unfortunately the conjugation for the case of nous in aller, which is allons, is not available in this text. I searched throughout the text like 2 to 3 times, but this conjugation was not there, and I tried for other things as well, but the only thing that suited over here from the text, it was the travailler verb conjugation, which is travaillons, that we filled in this a part as well. Okay, so this is the correct answer over here, but I might be wrong. I might have missed over any of the word from the text. So if you spot any of them that is capable to be placed over here, you can write that answer as well. But this travaillons will also work. This would now mean that we work in the cinema with our cousins. So I hope this text is clear to you. We have read this text and solved all the questions. Now let's come to the grammar portion. The grammar is l'adverbe, which is the adverb. So the definition of adverb has been mentioned to us, which is an adverb is a word that qualifies the action of a verb. This is very clear to you. Something that defines the noun is called an adjective, and something that defines the verb, that is called our adverb. For example, I walk slowly. Here the slowly has been used as an adverb because that is defining how I walk, and that's an adverb ultimately. Alright, so this is what the definition wants to say. It tells us how and when the action is performed. Adverbs answer question about the action, such as how, when, how much, where. The adverbs, they also modify other adverbs and adjectives as well. So we are going to look at some of the adverbs that have been used. The very first is Nathalie chante bien. Here the adverb is bien. Why so? We have used the verb chante and used this bien with chante, that becomes Natalie sings well. Here well has been used to define the singing of Natalie, and this is an adverb. Then the next part is ils marchent vite, that means they walk fast or fastly. So here marchons is the verb and vite adverb has been used to define the action. Then the third part is Eric mange beaucoup de fromage. Here we have used beaucoup, which means so much or too much, and it is used with mange to define that how much cheese Eric eats. So these are the 3 adverbs that have been shown to us using examples. I hope this is clear. If you still face any doubt, don't forget my Gmail ID, right? That is friendship25@gmail.com. I get a lot of mails and I reply to all of them. If you have exam related doubts or tuition related doubts, so you can contact me over there anytime. I reply within an hour or 2. Now turning to the next page, page 35. It lists out some of the most commonly used adverbs. So the very first is plus, which is more, moins, which is less. So these 2 adverbs, they are mostly used in comparison. Then bien, that is good, mal, that is bad, trop, that is too much, assez means enough. Keep your pencil with you and keep writing the meanings. Then maintenant is now, plus tard is more late, tôt is early, tar is late. So you can see that tar was late, but when we added plu in its front, so it became plus tard, which is more late. Then toujours is always or daily, that is basically daily. Jamais, that is never. Souvent is often. Rarement, rarely. D'abord, first of all. Enfin, finally. Très, very. Un peu, a little. Long, slow, and etc. So these are the commonly used adverbs that have been listed over here. There are more, but for now you need to just focus on your syllabus only. Don't go outside. Okay, now there is a thing that some adverbs, they are derived directly from the adjectives. There are two rules that you need to take care of whenever you are converting an adjective into an adverb. Those two rules I'll discuss with you. They are very simple. Don't get confused in both of them. You will just get them. Just keep listening to me. So if an adjective has to be converted into an adverb, the very basic step is that you need to make that feminine. For example, we have do. Do is soft. So this is the masculine version. Now to make it feminine, before moving ahead, let me ask you a question. Are you confused in French? Struggling with verbs, assignments, projects, or grammar? We've got you covered. The French Hub has officially launched online French tuitions made for all classes and syllabus. Join live interactive sessions with me where I help you solve doubts, work on French projects or homework, and completing your syllabus in depth. Choose between what works best for you, individual or group classes, right from the comfort of your home. You will get handwritten and PDF notes, weekly assignments, customized just for you, and one-shot sessions before exams. All designed by me, your personal French tutor, to help you score higher and learn better. Get ready to say oui to better marks. Send a mail to me at frenchhub25@gmail.com and class in session. I'll write those. This is the feminine version. You can see that those grammar topics that you learned in your previous classes are now getting in front of you, because many of you would just know that the feminine is formed by adding e to the masculine form, but this is not always the case. There are exceptions, right? So do is the masculine version and its feminine version is do's. So if I'm asked to make the adverb of this adjective do, first I need to make it feminine. So I made this feminine, which is douce. Now our last step is doucement. That is, I have to add ment. This is my final adverb. Earlier the adjective meant soft, but when we made it into an adverb, it becomes softly. Alright, this is my adverb. This is how the adverb is formed from the adjective. I'll tell you more one rule that is important that you need to take care of. But first, let's understand this one in depth. Then the next part is long, that is slow. So this one is not an exception. You simply have to make this adjective into feminine, which is lent, right? Then my last part is simply adding ment. So earlier the adjective, it was slow, but when I made it into an adverb, it became slowly. Then the next part is means happy. So first I'll make this into feminine. The feminine version is ers, that is feminine, right? And now if I want to make it into an adverb, I'll simply add ment, which becomes ersmo. Means happy. Ers also means happy, but when we added ment at the end, it became happily. Then silencer, that is silence. So first I'll make it feminine, which is silencers, and then add ment, which will become silently. Okay, now coming to the second rule, which is an important one. Suppose if an adjective is ending with a vowel. Okay, let's take the example. Vrai means true. Now many of you would think that first we'll make this vrai into feminine and then add ment to make it an adverb, but that's not the case. You can notice that vre is ending with I, and I is a vowel, right? So for adjectives that ends with a vowel, you don't have to change their forms into feminine and then add ment. Directly add ment to the masculine version, and that was my adjective and this is my adverb vremo, that means truly. Okay, now let's talk about a few exceptions that are given of this case. It is guy. Guy is, as you can see, is ending with I, that is a vowel, but for its adverb what we'll do is we'll make it feminine, that is we'll add e and then add ment to make it an adverb. Adverb of gentil, that is kind, is gonna be gentimo. This is the one that you have to learn. Rest of all would follow the same step. There are a lot of exceptions as well, but for now just focus on the one that are mentioned in your syllabus. I hope these two rules are clear to you. Let's come to the next topic, which is position ou la place de l'adverbe, which is position or the placing of the adverb. So simply, adverbs, they are usually placed immediately after the conjugated verb. Wherever the verb is conjugated, you just have to put the adverb after that. And if the verb is negative, for example, if there is na, then the verb and pa, this is my negation, right? In that case, you need to place the adverb right after the negation. That is, first you need to finish this na, this verb, then pa, and then add your adverb over here. So the examples have been mentioned. Il vient heureusement chez nous. Here the verb was vient and we added heureusement, that's an adverb just after the verb. Now if I want to make it into negative, suppose I'll add ne before vient and pas after vient, and after that I added this adverb heureusement. So this is what I just told you. Now the next part is adverbs. They are placed directly before the adjective or adverb that they modify. Sometimes, as we saw in the definition, adverbs, they can modify the adverb, another adverb as well. Okay, as you can see in this part, ce livre est vraiment intéressant. Here the adjective is intéressant. This is my verb and we can see the position of adverb in between them. So that's ultimately like you need to place the adverb after the verb and before the adjective if it's qualifying one. Okay, so this is the position that you need to learn about. The last topic of this chapter, which is le pronom sujet on. So you would have come across the subject pronouns as je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. These are my subject pronouns, but there is one more subject pronoun on that share its place with il and elle. Okay, this is conjugated the same manner in which il and l are conjugated. So whatever conjugation you have for il or for l, the on subject pronoun will also share the same conjugation. This is the first point that you need to remember. So this is what that is mentioned in your book as well. It is conjugated in the third person singular, that is il or l. This is my point number one. Now talking about the last point, that what does it mean? It means one or we. Suppose if I say we call the France hexagon, here you are talking about a group of people that you are not aware of. You don't even know about those person. Or you say one calls France hexagon, so you are not specified that you are talking about which person. There are many person who call the France the hexagon. So when you are unsure about the person but you are referring that these are the things that is used by or said by a lot of people or done by a lot of people, then in that case when you use the we subject pronoun, that is referred as on. Okay, nous and on, they have a lot of difference. I have made a separate video on that, you can go and check that out, but for now just remember the meanings. That is, on means one or we and it is conjugated in third person singular. I hope the chapter is clear to you. The last part of the introduction, let's just read the vocabulary assez, and the English translation is already mentioned, anglais. So anglais basically means English. It is not that assez means anglais. No, anglais is English. So the English translation is mentioned. Assez is enough. Then d'abord, I'll just make their pronunciation and meanings are already there, so there is no doubt in any of them. Then doucement, enfin, ensuite, gentiment, haussement, lentement, plus tard, rarement, souvent, tôt, vraiment. I hope this part of the chapter is also clear to you. Now let's come to the last thing for this video, which is the exercise of this chapter. So, in the very first part, you have to construire des adverbes à partir d'adjectifs comme dans l'exemple. So, you have been given with the adjective, that is the masculine adjective. You have to convert it into feminine and then make its adverb. As we know that first you need to make the masculine adjective into feminine and then add ment to make it an adverb. So, the same thing we are going to follow. Do that thing we just did. First in the feminine version it would be dus over here. Then for the adverbs you will have to add ment. This is the method that you need to follow. Then talking about the one, is happy. So for making it feminine we'll do hers. So this will come in the adjective, that is the feminine adjective section. Then for the adverb just add ment. Then next is silencieux. So the masculine version is this. Then the feminine version is gonna be silencious. And then the last step for making it an adverb will simply add ment. Then active. The feminine version is active. And then we'll add ment. Then the fier means pride or proud. So the feminine version of fier is a little changeable. Just you have to add e, but there is simple little change that you have to also add this grave accent and then add ment for making it adverb. I hope this question is clear to you. Talking about the part number 2, modifier le son des adjectifs en utilisant l'adverbe de cette liste. So basically here you need to look at these adverbs that are given to you and then mention them wherever they suits the best. So the answer to this part is there on your screen, because I think this is a little easier one, because you just need to fill suitable adverb to its suitable place. Okay. Then talking about the third part, remplissez les blancs avec les bonnes formes des adverbes. So here we have long. Its adverb form is gonna be lentement. Then sincere, that is sincere. As you can see that it's already ending with a, so we'll simply add ment, sincèrement. Then it's sérieux. So for making sérieux into feminine, what we'll do is we'll make it serious and then add ment. Then the next part is vrai. This is the example that I gave you when we were talking about the vowel ones. So this is ending with a vowel, so we won't change it and directly add ment. Then the next part is of throw. Throw is already an adverb that we saw in the same page when we were learning about adverbs. So throw won't change and it will be there as it is. Fourth question, my favorite kind of question when I was a kid. I loved solving these sort of riddles where you need to find the words. So it was quite fun. So for you, I am gonna leave this question. You have to solve this and write down all the adverbs that you possibly finds in the comment section. Then the next part is the fifth part. Réécrivez ces phrases en mettant en masculin si possible. So you have to change the sentences into masculine. The very first part is une écolière. Une écolière is a schoolgirl. Bavarde, that is a verb. Avec des élèves means with the students. So une will possibly, as we know, this is the indefinite article. Une will change into a. Écolière will be changed by removing e, and also when you are going to remove this e, the grave accent would also be eliminated. So it would be un écolier. Bavarde will remain the same. Avec and des élèves will also remain the same. Then the B part is la reine a une fille, means the queen has a daughter. So la reine, that is the queen. Its masculine version is the king. So the king is called le roi. A une will remain the same, just une will change into a, and fille is daughter. Okay, so many of you will change this into garçon, but that's wrong. You need to change it into son, and son is called fils. So the answer to this part is le roi a un fils. Then the next part is ma tante offre une chienne à sa voisine. That means my aunt offers a female dog. Une chienne is a female dog. À sa voisine. À sa voisine is a female neighbor. So ma tante will change into mon oncle. Then offre will remain the same. Une will change into un. Chien will change into chien. A will remain the same. Ça will change into son. And voisine would be made into masculine by removing the e. So mon oncle offre un chien à son voisin. So this is my answer to the C part. Then the D part is the last part, because the sixth question is of listening, so we won't do that. That would be done in the language lab of your respective schools. So D part is une paysanne attrape une poulette, means a female farmer. Paysanne is a female farmer. Attrape, that is to catch or to trap. Une poulette, that is a hen or a chicken. So une paysanne will change into a paysan. Attrape will remain the same. Une will change into a, and poulet would be made masculine by removing the te. So this was my answer to fifth part. With this, we have completed this chapter. This was very short, and that was very interesting chapter as well. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. I'll see you in the next video.